What's up, everyone? Somebody asked me in the comments to make a video about the car, go over a little bit of details about the car. So it all started with the Hellcat supercharger. I guess we could call it a poor man's Hellcat, but it turned into something a little bit bigger than that. I mean, I'm not really aiming to be that fast, or I think I'll be satisfied with like 700 horsepower or 800 to the wheels. I'll be satisfied with that. As far as like what's done to the car, I just installed twin turbos on it, so now it's twin charged. So the turbos I got from 797 Performance, but they're on three 67 millimeter turbos with 44 millimeter wastegates, a 50 millimeter blow off valve, and a 3-inch standard intercooler. I pretty much do all the work myself. Got to save money somehow, YouTube University, learn everything myself. So that's been pretty much why I know how to do this. I install force drop-in pistons. I got those from Flying Ryan's Performance. I don't know what year, but I don't know, it's like maybe 2 years ago, something like that. I installed those myself too. The Hellcat supercharger does have a 285 pulley. I do have dual fuel pumps from Ford Innovative, 1000cc injectors, custom grind camshaft I got from 797 Performance. A lot of these parts I kind of sourced them from Facebook, just been lucky to find them. The smooth boost controller that I needed, I found from Facebook too. Oh, and the dual fuel pump I found off of Facebook too, thankfully. Everything's been playing in my favor with finding things like that off of Facebook and stuff. But I mean, yeah, I feel like if I wasn't able to find them on Facebook, this build probably would have took a little bit longer than what it did. I mean, technically it did take a while. I think I got this car back in like 2020, I want to say, and just slowly been building it. It started off with a camshaft, and then it just went from there to where it is now. I am still on the stock trans, unfortunately. I did find 2 trans on Facebook and like message the guys to see if we can meet up to buy them. One dude was like, okay, all right. When I hit him up to the day that it came to go pick it up, never got a response. The other dude said the same thing, but he was in like Dallas, and I basically was like, hey, I'm coming from Houston, and can we basically meet up on this day, the day that I was off? And he said, okay, that's fine. Come time for me to leave or whatever. He never responded. I still seen that the transmission was listed on Facebook, and messaged him and was like, hey, are we still good? Never got a response. Then I seen that he had it pending for sale, and next thing you know, it was sold. So unfortunately, still on stock transmission. It will come eventually. Even if I have to like build it myself, which I don't want to have to work on the transmission myself, but hey, the experience, I guess, will be, better than just buying it and actually learning how to build a transmission. Hopefully, I don't mess anything up. Another thing I did do, right and rear Brembo conversions on this car. It is an RT. I got that from 797 Performance. I did that myself. It wasn't hard. It's pretty easy. They were like, you have to shave something off, or you can just cut the shield. So I think I just took the shield off. I'm also running E85 on this. My tune is from Diablo Tuner. I've been dealing with him for a while, ever since like my first cam. He's been tuning my car for a while. I think I've only gotten 1 dyno tune on this car, and after that I installed a cam and the fuel pump and the injectors. And I haven't taken it back to go get dyno tune. I mean, eventually I think I will, but right now I'm just trying to get everything how I want it before I actually take it to go get dyno tune. So I still will be dealing with Diablo tuner. I haven't had any issues with him or tuning my car. The car hasn't blown up or anything. If anything that has went wrong, it is more likely not the tune. It is probably me. It's more likely me that messed up or did something wrong or trying to take a shortcut. I've stopped trying to take shortcuts and do things right, because trust me, I have wasted some money going over my mistakes and stuff, and learned not to take shortcuts and everything. Another thing, I did have long tube headers on here, but I did have to get rid of them for the turbos. Unfortunately, it used to be way louder, but now it's not as loud. Do I miss it? No, not really. I like the way my car sounds. Before I even installed the long tube headers on there, it was loud, it was bearable. But kind of with the long tube headers, it was kind of like too unbearable to where I was like, yeah, I think I might go back to shorty headers or whatever. But I never did until I got the turbos. There are no cats on this car. I did. Now, of course, I had to get rid of the cats with the long tube headers. I never got any high floor cats to replace them. And the car has muffler delete. I really don't get to drive the car around like that because I'm always working, and my job does send me out of town a lot, so my car does sit in the garage quite a bit. But when I do get to drive it, I enjoy it. I love it. Like I drove around today just because I had to rerun the coolant lines. So the instructions that I got from On3 Performance with the kit and everything, they had an oil cooler on their car that they installed it on, which was a pursuit car. So it's an old police car, and they ran their coolant lines through the oil cooler, which my car does not have an oil cooler. So I ran it through the heater core, which turns out that it's always pressurized, and coolant was leaking into one of my turbos. So every time I would start my car, I would get a big puff of white smoke, and I was like, oh no, I think something's wrong. I think I blew my car up. But the car did not drive horrible or anything. I barely was losing coolant, but whenever I would take off the intake pipe, coolant would pour out of it. Not like literally pour out of it, but coolant will come out of it. So before I left to go out of town last week, I started to pull the turbos off, and the turbo on the driver's side, when I loosened it up and turned the housing down, coolant poured out of it, like a little puddle of coolant poured out of it. So I was like, yeah, that was my issue. So I did a little research and found out that that was kind of like a bad routing setup. So and I also needed like a restrictor to slow the pressure down, so that way it won't leak past the coolant housing seals. When I got back in town, what was it, Saturday, I installed everything, reran the lines and stuff, and hopefully, I haven't checked it, but hopefully the coolant isn't leaking in there anymore. One of these days I do plan to get back under there and loosen up the piping and the bolts on the turbo housing and turn it down, so that way I can see if coolant leaks out. If it doesn't, then hey, I fixed the problem. That's like another reason why I haven't really been driving it, because of that issue. Before I did the turbos, I used to drive the car all the time, but once I started seeing that, I was like, yeah, I don't want to, you know, blow anything up or break anything. So it's been sitting in here in my garage for a little minute actually. Like I said, I work a lot. I didn't have the weekends off before. Now I have the weekends off. I used to go to car meets a lot, but that's when I used to be able to work like 14 hours and have 4 days off. But now I can't work 14 hours and have 4 days off because I started a new job. So now I'm working 5 days and only have 2 days, and y'all know how that is. When you're working 5 days and you only have 2 days off, you feel like you don't really have that much time to yourself. That is pretty much all that is done to the car that I can think of right now. I do have like future plans for it. Like I do have a Hellcat rear cradle that is sitting right here. I'm just waiting on my custom drive shaft from 797 Performance. I bought that like November. I paid for it, and they said I emailed them and asked them like when would it be ready. They said that it would be ready the third week of January. Third week has come and gone. So I emailed them today, and they're saying that DSS said that it's not in stock, which is supposed to be custom made. But I mean, I guess, but it's not in stock, and now they're saying that it's going to be ready mid-February, which is unfortunate. Because I've been waiting for this drive shaft for months, and I've been waiting to put this in there because, again, that's another reason why I wasn't driving the car, because I was like, oh, you know, I just want to hurry up and get this done so that way, you know, I can put this limited slip diff in here and get everything done. But unfortunately, it won't be ready until February, if even that. So I'm hoping that it will actually be ready February. I do plan to run an ice tank. I was going to do methanol, but I changed my mind about that. I don't know why, but I just changed my mind about that. But I have an ice tank in the trunk right now. I just haven't ran it. Don't know why. Probably eventually I'll get to it and run it, but I just haven't ran it right now. I don't know why. And what else? Let me look at my notes. Oh, build trans. I talked about that earlier. Yeah, build trans. That's the next thing on the list too, is a build trans. If I can find one built already, and that's actually like good, and you know, I don't have to do all that work, okay, yeah. If I can't find one, then I would source what I need to build one, or hopefully I can save up and buy one, whichever comes first, or however I feel like doing it. So that's pretty much it about the car. Now, I do love Mopar. I want to say that. I have a Jeep, a Durango, and a Challenger. Now, I might take the Hellcat Supercharger off of here and just run turbos and put the Hellcat Supercharger either on my Challenger or on my Jeep. But that is a different story. We'll get around to that later. But that is all that's done to the car. I wrap the car myself. Like I said, I do everything myself. But yeah, that's all about the car. If you guys have any more questions, just reach out to me. Like and subscribe. I'll try to push out more content. There's more to come.